The lockdown hair is just getting worse and worse and worse. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Is it going to become a ponytail or a massive spiky Mohican? Or I'm amusing myself in lockdown by playing around with the BR-800. This time I'm going to show you a little bit about looper pedals. BR-800 has a built-in looping effect which is achieved by pressing the track that you want to record on the rec button until it's flashing, and what happens then is that whatever piece of music you record on that track, the moment you stop recording, is immediately replicated up to 200 measures, so that you've got yourself an instantaneous loop. I have a slight problem with that. I'm going to demonstrate it to you now. I've got a metronome beat set up on the rhythm section so that I can keep in time, and I shall strum along with that. So we'll press play, and then when I press rec, the loop recording will start. When I press rec again, that will instantly cause the recorded section to be replicated so that I've got my loop. Here's the difficulty, and it'll be very obvious to you. I'm going to start when we get to measure 003. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, rec. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. Not because it didn't work, but because it did. I wanted to try and demonstrate to you the difficulty of pressing the rec button at the moment that you're starting to strum. And I was actually one beat late, but I was one beat late all the way through. And when I pressed rec to stop recording, I was a beat late on that as well. And the unit's a bit too clever. What it's done is it's replicated exactly complete measures all the way through. And so, apart from the fact that I'm one beat late, it seems to have worked incredibly effectively. Expecting that kind of a problem, I actually went and bought a little accessory, which is that. So that should allow me to use hands-free. I'm told by Mr. YouTube that when recording a loop it's important to keep in time, so that's why I was using a metronome beat. Now, here's an interesting feature. If you want to record a loop, you'd need to know how fast to set the metronome. Here's a little trick for you. It's going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what that tells me up here in the display is it's 147.9 beats per minute. Right, it's getting a bit complicated now. Foot pedal down there with the camera pointing at it, rhythm track all set up, headphones on so that I can hear the metronome beat and come in on the right point. I take my hat off to the people that make these YouTube videos for a living, because it's such a complicated setup to kind of make it all work. Anyway, here we go, we'll give it a try. The system you just saw there was using the rec button in loop record mode, which automatically copies what you've just loop recorded up to about 200 measures. In the case of that loop, it would be about 10 minutes of song. What happens if you want it to loop forever, just like a regular looper pedal? There's another useful little function, which is the repeat function. It plays from point A to point B repeatedly. and that's another way of doing a kind of loop recording. This one, of course, will just repeat forever. So let's just see how that works. We'll use the loop that we just recorded, but what I'll do is I'll go from where the loop started, which was on measure 003, press the A to B button so it's the start is there, and then I'm going to wind it round to 011, which is 8 bars later, and press the A to B function again. So we'll see what that sounds like. Press play, and when it gets to measure 003, I'll start playing. Round, doesn't it? So we've gone back to 3. I actually prefer that method, even though there's a very slight gap as the A to B section flips back to the beginning of the loop, because I can change the track that we're recording on, change the effects, and then just click the record switch on and lay down another track side by side. Now the final fun thing on looping, well, it's really using that A to B function, is to record something from YouTube or from iTunes through the USB cable, and then set a section of it to loop round and round and round. I can't really demonstrate it because I have to be playing bits of Dire Straits or Guns N' Roses, and that might risk some sort of copyright infringement. I can't be bothered going there. So but you know the kind of thing. It just is a chance to replay over and over and over again that little piece of the song while you're listening to it. Right, that's it. That's enough. I think that's reached the limit of my attention span, let alone yours. So let's just play our way out of this with a bit of noodling, a bit of messing about. This is the first time my wife has